Take responsibility for your life. Achieve fulfillment with recovery. Check out responsiblerecovery.net.
So what caused you to turn away from drugs during recovery?
Well, I think that this time around, I feel that I really hit an emotional bottom more than anything else. I have unfortunately put myself in the hospital a couple times in the past because of this disease and just how how gnarly it can be, how much it can take from your body. But this time around, I truly feel that or since my last relapse and then getting clean, I didn't drive myself into the ground physically. I just hit a point where I no longer wanted to live life the way I was needing to live life when I was using. They speak in the program about incomprehensible demoralization, and I've heard it plenty of times before. But this has been a point where I'm looking back and I'm realizing, okay, I hit that point. I hit that incomprehensible demoralization. I just, if I looked in the mirror, I didn't know who I was looking back at, and I don't, I don't want that. I don't want that for myself, and I certainly don't want that for my son. So I want him to have a healthy, thriving mother that can be there for him.
That's great. So what did your early recovery days look like?
Early recovery days were, I've given several very solid, attempts at getting clean and been successful. And then, as I said, would eventually at some point wind up relapsing again. I'm lucky to have found earlier this year, found a wonderful sponsor. She has just, she's truly a lifesaver in my eyes and my heart, and I'm working with her, giving it my all. I'm giving it my all. I'm giving it 110%, and she's taking me through the steps. She's helping me get through things that come up, that might be times in the past where I wouldn't have been able to handle the situation and would have wanted to just shut my eyes and escape and wind up relapsing because of it. And I've really been making a huge effort to lean into her, lean into the program. The rooms of Alcoholics Anonymous and Narcotics Anonymous have been wonderful to me. Everybody has been just incredibly loving and accepting and understanding, and I hear things in those rooms quite often at meetings that really help me just keep going. They help, whether it's reminding me what it's like to be in the disease, or reminding me that there's other people that have gone through what I've gone through, or whatever it is, it's a real feeling in the program of togetherness, and we need one another, and want to be there for one another and help each other get through this. So
that's great. So Kendra, tell me, what is your opinion of this 12-step program?
Oh, personally, I am grateful to have found this program that revolves around the 12 steps, because I feel like I get to now go walk through those steps and then, adopt them into my life to be a better person and find growth and development, as long as I have that desire. But I personally think that every human being could use the 12 steps, whether they are an addict or not, and I think we're just lucky in this program to have the 12 steps. I think they're a true aid in just helping somebody develop the tools they may not have to just get through life and be a contributing member of society and learn to love myself again. That's one thing I really am quite confident that I'm going to gain from doing these steps. Is I'm gonna kind of connect with myself or reintroduce myself to me, but a version of myself that I love and that I know I am and can be. So
Kendra, what do you think works in recovery?
What do I think works in recovery? I think it is a very simple set of kind of guidelines or suggestions, but I think that being willing, willingness to take any suggestion, even if it's not every suggestion, but being willing to take any suggestion that you're given, especially by your sponsor, by other members in the program that you might look up to, or might be living a life that resembles something you want to live. It's really important to be willing. I've learned to just go to any length to get those things yourself, and so willingness is a big one in my book.
That's great, Kendra. So one more question to ask you is, what does your future look like to you?
My future looks very positive, Frankie, and I, as I mentioned before, my main priority right now is making sure that I get as healthy as I can get, emotionally, spiritually, mentally, physically, so I can be there for my son. And I want to just, without a doubt, be there for anything he might need or want from me. I'm blessed to have him. He's an amazing kid, and I really want to give him the mother that he deserves. So
are you glad you're clean and sober today?
Oh, very glad, very glad. I could not be more grateful right now at the moment. I could not feel more gratitude, I don't think, for what I've already been given in recovery and sobriety.
That's awesome, Kendra. Thank you so much. Is there anything else you'd like to add?
All I can think really is just, if anybody out there is just feeling like they are absolutely, at the lowest point they can be at, or that there's nobody out there that could possibly understand how they feel and what they're going through, and the hopelessness that they might really be feeling. I just want to say that it does exist. Yeah, it does. The help, the people that can help you through this thing. It truly is out there, and again, you just have to be willing to take that first step, that first little step to ask for the help. And then there are so many people out there in this program and in recovery that want to help you get there and overcome it. So I guess that's all I would say.
Kendra, I want to thank you so much. I know.
Oh, you're so welcome.
Kendra is 34 years old and is a client at the Sober Living Environment in Santa Cruz at the Galt House. And I really, really appreciate you being here tonight. I know you're really nervous, and I appreciate your story, and I appreciate you being here. And to all of your listeners, thank you for joining us today on the Stories of Addiction podcast. To all our listeners, we wish you to stay sober, clean and sober, and happy. Thank you.
Thank you.
Take responsibility for your life. Achieve fulfillment with recovery. Check out responsiblerecovery.net.